did a video on this AFE cold air intake on the F30 335. This is an X-Drive. This is a 2013. I am not happy with this intake system. It has faults, and I don't know what's going on here. There's something going on here too. It collapsed the tube of some sort, so I'm going to dig into that. But I don't like the way it fits here. I don't like this tubing up against the radiator shroud. This cheesy tube connected over here, and then I just don't like the way it looks. Not happy with it at all. It does do some pretty cool blow-off sounds, but I'm going with a Dinan. I've decided I want to turn this into a Dinan car. So performance-wise, I'm going with the Dinan springs, sway bars, and I'm going to put Bilstein shocks in it. When we're doing the Dinan springs, I think on this car is going to be almost 50 millimeters lower. So we'll see. But that'll be a totally separate video. I'm going to do the whole entire suspension at once, which will be later on. But as of right now, I'm switching over. I'm going to leave the Burger tuner in for now. I may switch it to a Dinan, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to switch the cold air intake out, and what that takes is removing this system, and then it's reinstalling the factory lower box, and then we can begin installing the new Dinan. So I'm going to work on that. And obviously, it's just basically a couple screws. I have to remove the filter here to pull it off, and then disconnect my hose here, pull it off the little connection here, and then drive the screw up, and it just pulls right out. So it's pretty straightforward. I'll have to swap out the map sensor, which is here, to the new one, but I'll do that after. So, all right, let me get taking it apart. Okay, I got the AFE one removed, the AFE cold air intake removed. I'll put the stock box back in, which is pretty straightforward. Got some miscellaneous tools sitting here. That's just plugged right in. You got a rubber grommet here and one down there. So if you already have that, you just remove it to that point. There's some other different, based on the instructions. So here's the new AFE unit. Gives you a new lid. It says Dinan, or I'm sorry, the new Dinan unit. Gives you a nice cover right there, and a carbon fiber tube. And that's your new air filter that goes inside the box. And obviously, there's your factory unit there. Basically, you're going to swap out the air sensor, airflow meter, the mass airflow sensor right here based on your instructions. You're going to swap it from one unit to the other. It looks like it reuses the same screws. So I'm going to pull those screws out, grab the sensor and plug that in, and then continue following the instructions. There is an option for some sort of cold air or snow valve or something like that, which this car does not have. And then we have the adapter, rubber grommet adapter. It goes between here and here. And that adapts this tube to that to the carbon fiber tube with those two clamps over there. That's pretty much it. This one's gonna be super simple. There's no more front attachment piece there. I'll put the original grommet back on there, and then I'll have that AFE one up for sale. So PM me if anybody's interested. It's sitting over there now, fully assembled still. Basically, I just pulled it right off. Hopefully, whoever's interested is local and they can just come pick it up. I really don't want to ship it. I don't have any way to ship that thing like that. So, all right, I'm going to continue putting this together and following the instructions. It shouldn't take very long. Okay, here we are. So, the hardest thing is the orientation of the inside blue filter. Getting that in the proper orientation, following the instructions to the T, and then swapping out these clips. These smaller clips is a little bit, you have to basically shove it inward and then push down instead of what you're thinking is bending this way. It's kind of a pain in the butt. But to get that filter in orientation, to get the lid to actually snap on, is what's the hardest part. Because you got to get it proper, test fit it, twist a little bit more, test fit it. What I found is rotating all the way to, I'm thinking that's going to be clockwise orientation until when you're looking down inside there, you start to see it start to pull away. And then rotating back a little bit until it's fully seated. Then I tightened it up and put it on, and that worked. So now I'm here. This is my evap from my fuel tank. Connected that back up, reconnected the mass airflow sensor, and now I'm putting the tube on. That's all that's left. I guess I got to follow instructions. I could remove this clip because it doesn't need to be here now. I think there was something about popping it right here, pulling it, and then you can pull the clip out. I'll pull that out and stick it back into the stock air box. But that's it. So let me go get the tube. I'll be putting that part on because it looks kind of cool. Intake tube. I'm going to put it in this lower section here first because this one kind of moves a lot, so I'm going to wiggle it around. I think I might have to break it loose a little bit more. Oh, that's pretty loose, so it must be just a tight fit. But you can't really put this backwards. Actually, it says Dinan right here. It has the Dinan logo right in the front. I get it to actually go into the factory tube here. Maybe I'll open that up a little bit more. That's a 6 mil. Yep, 6 mil socket. I know there's a trick, you can put a little bit of soap on here, but I really don't want this to slip. So I'm going to dry fit it, because when I tighten it up, I don't want it to slide back off. Yeah, I'm going to have to do something. Maybe a little bit of WD-40. That might work. Actually, what I'm going to do is a little bit of all-purpose cleaner, because I know that'll evaporate pretty quickly, but that's pretty slippery, because it's soap. Instead of putting oil in there, which will not evaporate. Plus now my hands won't be oily either. There's a lip it has to go over, and it's being a pain. There we go. Got past that lip. I'm going to rotate into position. And then shove it into this one. Which I might have to put a little bit on this one as well. Okay, yeah, that made it a little bit slippery. Boom. Pop. But you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to put the clamp on. Wherever it's at, the other clamp. So there's two of these. Gotta get the other one on there. I could probably just undo it a little bit, but man, this fits nice. I like that. This looks way better. I'll put this clamp on right here first. Yeah, I gotta loosen it a little more. Nope, there we go. I'll get this one tightened up. I think I can undo the other clamp, because I find it. I had it right here. Like I said, so this is a 6 mil. Just gonna make it snug, and that's it. Okay. I'll find the other clamp. Well, I'm going to have to look for it. I don't know where I'm going to plant. Because we're not. It was in the drawer where my sockets were. Because that's why I had put it to find a socket for the first one I put on. And then I closed the drawer. So basically, it's no big deal. You can just unwind it, reattach it, and you're good. So drive them together, tighten it up. I'm gonna remove it from the racket. So I get it started. So it started. So this car has 61,000 miles on it and drives through salty winters of Michigan. And there was no rust on this car anywhere except maybe a couple places on the front and rear, I'm gonna call them cradle, the main steel structure or subframe you want to call it. There's a little bit on that. And then the rear differential housing has some on it, but that's it. Obviously that's just, it's cast, so cast iron, and the welded steel tube is, for the chassis is pretty stout, so there's no concern with that being a problem. The body-wise, there's zero corrosion on this thing anywhere, which I'm completely impressed, especially through Michigan winters. And I'm lining these screws up on this side so they match, just because I'm that way. I'm trying to make it so it looks even. I want it to be on here even all the way around. So like that. I'm gonna make sure it's seated still. Okay, I'm gonna tighten it up. Now we were just snugging these. Looks like I got a little smudge on there. I'll wipe this down and put some just some detail spray on it or something. Make sure they're both nice and snug. So does it move on me? That's good. So now I'll take a look at the instructions, and there's a way to get this off. I think you use a screwdriver. Oh, looks like it says it pops up. Pop up with a screwdriver. So this picture's right here. Looks like you take this and you pop up. Yeah, I'll say it's a twist and rotate down. See how this looks a little nasty? That's it. So I'm going to put this back in the factory one. Factory rubber ground, that is, on the housing. Okay, that's it for the AFE cold air intake install. Sorry for my camera, it makes noise. I'm going to clean up my tools, but that's what it looks like. I think that looks 10 times more professional than that AFE one. Did I say AFE? Sorry, I removed the AFE and I installed the Dinan cold air intake install. So I'm a little nutsy because I've been doing so many different things today. So, but I'm just trying to wrap this thing up here so I can get it out of the garage. So there we go. Now I don't have to worry about that hose rubbing on the radiator shroud anymore. It was rubbing down there and I really didn't like it. Plus I think this one looks more factory. I like it. It's clean. Well, thanks for watching.